Chelsea Clinton's son, Jasper, really captured everyone's attention right from the moment he was born, thanks to being part of one of the most famous political families in the U.S. Growing up, his life was always interesting since his mother was used to. The spotlight and his granddad had a huge impact on modern U.S. history. Today, we'll look at the incredible journey of Chelsea Clinton's child, the transformation of this remarkable child into an extraordinary young man will leave you shocked unlike a lot of kids from celebrity and political families who are always in the public eye. Jasper has mostly been raised out of the spotlight, so what's his life like? Now let's dive in and find out more about Chelsea Clinton's son. In 2016, Chelsea Clinton and her husband, Mark Mizvinsky, have announced the birth of their second child, Aiden. The birth makes a big sister out of Chelsea Clinton's and her husband, Mark Moson's first child, Charlotte. In this video, we're going to share some pictures and stories about his growth over the years. You'll see side-by-side shots of his happy, carefree childhood, next to recent photos of him as a young man with a confident smile and a thoughtful expression that show his life experiences. Each photo tells a story of a life filled with joy, challenges, successes, and the constant support of family. We'll dive deeper into the moments that have shaped him, from fun family gatherings to quiet times that showcase his reflective side. His journey goes beyond just physical changes. It represents personal growth, resilience, and the strength that comes from being raised in a loving home. Close friends and family will join in sharing their thoughts about his development over the years, from a tiny bundle of joy to the confident person he is now. His journey has been truly remarkable. As a kid, everyone who met him couldn't help but notice how adorable he was, lighting up every room with his smile, even back then it was clear he had something special about him, a kind of quiet spark that hinted at a bright future ahead. The love and encouragement he got from his family, known for their kindness and strong values, only made him shine even more. In December, Chelsea Clinton announced her pregnancy just weeks before the start of the primary season. That time, the 36-year-old Chelsea had been actively campaigning for her mother, Hillary Clinton, who reshared Chelsea's birth announcement on social media. As the presumptive Democratic nominee for President, Hillary Clinton will likely face numerous questions in the upcoming weeks about the challenges of balancing her responsibilities as a grandmother off too with her role as president. In a joint statement regarding the birth of Aiden, Hillary Clinton and former President Bill Clinton expressed that they are overjoyed to be grandparents. Again, just 2 days after Chelsea Clinton gave birth to Aiden, the former first daughter exited a New York City hospital where her family was eager to express their excitement over the newest addition to their family. With cameras capturing the moment outside, proud father Mark Mizvinsky placed his right hand over his heart while Chelsea cradled their newborn. Meanwhile, grandparents Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton beamed with joy as they stood beside the couple. This is such a joy to be with our new grandson Aiden. I am so thankful, the delighted grandmother shared on Twitter this weekend. Bill added, Aiden has made two dads very happy. This Father's Day, Hillary and I are overjoyed for Mark and Chelsea. Their sent family photograph instantly reminded some pop culture enthusiasts of when Kate Middleton and Prince William had their children. Aiden isn't the only family member to capture the heart of the public. It all began with the birth of her daughter Charlotte. The eldest child, the former first daughter and global activist and husband, Mark Mizvinsky, welcomed Charlotte on Friday, Sept. 26, 2014, in New York City with her parents ready to assist Chelsea, horse-signed from her role as a special correspondent for NBC News, maintained a hectic schedule at the Clinton Global Initiative just days before Charlotte was born, so occupied and so advanced in her pregnancy that President Obama humorously remarked during his CGI speech, "If Chelsea begins delivery while I'm speaking, she has my motorcade and will be able to navigate traffic." According to People magazine, Clinton addressed an audience at the American Library Association conference in Boston, discussing her experiences as a new mother and her renowned mother's campaign for the presidency. Clinton explained that she has been trying to talk to her daughter Charlotte about the newest addition to the Clinton family, but she doesn't think Charlotte fully understands what it means just yet. While speaking at the American Library Association conference, Clinton shared her family's passion for reading and her commitment to passing that tradition down to her daughter. In addition to Hermione, Passion's Chelsea passed her love for Taylor Swift to her daughter, Charlotte, in 2023. She took Charlotte tune of Taylor's concerts. Later that day, Chelsea tweeted to thank Taylor for an unforgettable show. She expressed her gratitude to the Cruel Summer Singer for an amazing night and shared several fantastic pictures from their concert experience. Chelsea posted 2 photos of Taylor on stage. One was taken early in the show, featuring the pop star in a colorful rainbow leotard that she wore to open the concert. The second photo captured a moment during the Speak Now segment of the set, which included the songs Enchanted and Long Live, coinciding with the re-release of Taylor's version of that album. Chelsea also shared a picture showcasing the many bracelets she collected from fellow Taylor fans during the show, which adorned her wrists. And while it seems like Charlotte is turning into Chelsea's mini version, her boys don't seem that way. You'll never guess how her youngest child, Jasper, is doing today. Chelsea Clinton has publicly announced the birth of her baby boy in July of 2019 this morning. "We welcomed our son, Jasper Clinton Misvinsky," she wrote in a tweet. "We are overflowing with love and gratitude and can't wait to introduce him to his big sister and brother," with Jasper joining the family. Clinton now has a total of 5 members: her spouse, Mark Misvinsky, their 4-year-old daughter, Charlotte, and their 3-year-old son, Aiden. In the past, she discussed with people how her family was getting ready for the arrival of a new baby. "Charlotte is so excited to be a big sister again," Clinton told people, "and I think Aiden is mainly excited because his sister is excited. He just loves and looks up to his big sister so much." Jasper, set to start elementary school in 2025 at just 5 years old, has already captured the hearts of many with his adorable public appearances alongside his mother Chelsea, as she passionately engages in public health advocacy and philanthropy. Chelsea generously shares glimpses of her life as a working mom, balancing her career and family. Despite being part of one of America's most prominent political families, she is dedicated to giving her children a nurturing and grounded upbringing, shielding them from the constant public eye. It's truly inspiring to see their close-knit family thrive. In 2024, Chelsea has come under scrutiny this month after it was disclosed that convicted trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell attended her 2010 wedding instead of being at a deposition in a civil lawsuit brought against Jeffrey Epstein by one of his accusers, Virginia Jeffrey. As revealed in recently unsealed court documents, Maxwell, who is currently imprisoned for her role in recruiting and grooming underage girls for Epstein, is visible in the audience as Bill walks his daughter down the aisle. According to US media reports, she asserted at that time that she was occupied with family matters in Britain. The document reveals that Maxwell's lawyer alerted the plaintiff's legal team at the last minute that she was departing the country due to her mother's critical health condition and had no plans to come back. Nonetheless, she was later seen at Chelsea Clinton's wedding in Rhinebeck, New York, which cast doubt on whether she was indeed out of the country and might have been trying to avoid her deposition. Chelsea's father, who was the 42nd President of the United States, is among over 100 individuals listed in their recently released legal papers associated with Epstein, as reported by The Independent. Other prominent names mentioned in the documentation include Prince Andrew of Britain, Donald Trump, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Kevin Spacey. As Chelsea has stepped back into the public eye following the emergence of photos of Maxwell at her wedding circulating online, we take a look at her recent activities while she has remained largely out of the spotlight. Clinton, 43, is said to have been investing in the healthcare sector, according to a piece published late last year by Fortune. Clinton has invested in Summer Health, a telehealth platform for pediatric care, along with the company's new initiative, Everyday Care. There are numerous challenges confronting children, caregivers, and families in our nations. Shared with the publication, America's first impression of Chelsea Clinton was of a shock, high girl with curly hair and braces who steered clear of the spotlight during her dad's presidency in the 90s. Fast forward over 20 years, and the 36-year-old mom of Cutest now stepping up to shine a light on her mom as their family makes another run for the White House. According to Town & Country, Chelsea met her husband Mark Misvinsky in South Carolina back in 1993. They started dating around 2005 and tied The not in 2010 mark has worked at big firms like Goldman Sachs in 3G Capital before starting his own hedge fund, Eagle Vale Partners in 2011. Just like Chelsea's parents, his family has had its fair share of drama when Bill was impeached Mark's dad. Ended up in prison after admitting to 31 counts of bank fraud, which involved around $10 million. In 2001, Politico even reported that Mark's dad asked Bill for a presidential pardon, but it's unclear if that actually happened. Chelsea, being the only child of Bill and Hillary Clinton, has never been completely comfortable in the public eye the way. Her parents are still, she's embraced Hurl as her mom's cheerleader and is heavily involved in their family foundation, plus she hasn't ruled out the idea of diving into politics herself. Someday, Vanity Fair pointed out in a profile last year that the Chelsea who once tried to blend in as just another Stanford graduate has left the scene. She's fully embraced being a Clinton Andes, now purposefully on her path to success during her father's second term, coinciding with the public scrutiny over his relationship with Monica Lewinsky and the subsequent impeachment. Chelsea moved to California to attend college at Stanford University. She considered studying medicine but ultimately decided to major in history. It was at Stanford that she rekindled her relationship with her now husband Mark Misvinsky, who she began dating in 2005 and married in 2010. He had some experience with being a child of politicians, but nothing compared to what Chelsea faced. Both of his parents were Democratic Congress members. His mother, Marjorie Marges, represented Pennsylvania, while his father, Edward Misvinsky, served Iowa before becoming chair of the Pennsylvania Democratic Party. Notably, his mother had made a significant sacrifice for Chelsea's father by casting the crucial vote for President Bill Clinton's 1993 budget, which led to her losing her position the following year after serving just one term after graduating from Stanford. Chelsea Clinton traveled to the UK to pursue her graduate studies at Oxford University following. In her father's footsteps, she then returned to New York City, where she's lived ever since, embarking on a variety of career paths. Initially, she spent 3 years at the consulting firm McKinsey & Company before moving to Wall Street, where she worked at a hedge fund for another 3 years. She then returned to academia, enrolling at Columbia University to earn a Master of Public Health. After that, she took on academic roles at New York University before teaching graduate courses at Columbia. Additionally, she began pursuing a PhD in international relations at Oxford, which she completed in 2014. One of the most examined and confusing career decisions she made was becoming a special correspondent for NBC News in 2011, allegedly starting with an annual salary of $600. She contributed to the now-defunct Rock Center with Brian Williams and NBC Nightly News. Her focus was primarily on feature pieces and the network's Making a Difference series. She faced criticism for seemingly landing a comfortable job due to her well-known surname. Eventually, she transitioned to a month-to-month contract and completely severed ties with the network in August 2014, as it became evident that her mother was preparing for another presidential campaign. Her most recent significant project has involved working alongside her parents at the Clinton Foundation, where she serves as the vice chair. She has traveled to Africa with her father and has engaged in an initiative aimed at enhancing global public health, reducing HIV incidence, and expanding opportunities for women and girls in developing nations. Those familiar with the Clintons noted that her work there helped Chelsea understand the legacy she's expected to uphold. She accepted her position as a close advisor to both her parents, often referred to in Politico as the invisible hand of Chelsea, as she's been exposed to the foundation and to what her father's doing with his post-presidential life. Top Hillary Clinton aide Huma Abedin told Vogue in 2012, "I think a light switched on. This is the legacy I'm going to inherit. To say it is an incredible one is an understatement. She now knows that in 20-30 years, everything about her father's legacy is in her hands. It's going to be Chelsea's responsibility to carry that torch. This is the core of what her grandmother encouraged her to do. Embrace her inheritance. She applied the skills she developed in the private sector and finance industry to the organization. In a profile published by Fast Company in April 2014, the magazine highlighted her hands-on involvement With the foundation and her efforts to strengthen its infrastructure, my father has always been such a doer. He had never focused one, ensuring that we had the functions that not only enabled other doers to focus on doing, but also to help us keep systematic track of all the work that was being done. She told Fast Company, naturally there has been considerable debate regarding the foundation's operations and its financing, particularly concerning the foreign contributions it accepted during Hillary Clinton's tenure as Secretary of State. Chelsea ultimately bestowed upon her parents the title they had long desired, grandparents, when her daughter Charlotte was born. In September 2014, her son Aiden followed in June. In 2015, she released her debut book titled It's Your World, Get Informed, Get Inspired, and Get Going, which aimed to motivate children to engage with their communities in the larger world. However, after attempting to navigate a fine line between following her own path and honoring her family responsibilities, she has taken on the prominent role of political daughter. Once again, throughout both of her mother's presidential campaigns, she has often made appearances on Hillary's behalf, and beside her, this visibility has brought about heightened scrutiny and a departure from the private life. She had worked diligently to maintain. Media critic Jack Schaefer from Politico remarked earlier this year that it was time for Chelsea Clinton's easy ride to and following her reckless criticism of Bernie Sanders regarding his healthcare policy for a candidate often seen as too rigid, cold, and calculating. Chelsea's best approach is to humanize her mother and dispel those perceptions. On Tuesday night, her father painted a touching picture of a caring mother who took care to line the drawers in Chelsea's college dorm room. You can expect Chelsea to build on that with more personal stories, similar to how Ivanka Trump did for her father the previous week. As her spokeswoman mentioned, she has been working on this speech for a couple of weeks, while Chelsea also introduced her mother at the 2008 convention this time. She will likely draw from her recent experiences as a mother to help reshape Hillary Clinton's image for a public that is all too familiar with her well-known family. One of our core values in this country is that we are the land of equal opportunity, but when equal hasn't yet included gender, there is a fundamental challenge there that I believe having our first woman president, whenever that is, will help resolve. Chelsea told Elle magazine last year, "Do you think Chelsea's involvement in politics and governance has significantly influenced her children's upbringing? It certainly has, and we will be on the lookout for any signs as her kids grow up."